Yeah, yeah, this space is mad fun. Alright, so you can see my stream, right? Actually, I'm gonna team myself red. Oh, the server's broken, whatever, I don't even care. Alright, so basically, I'm gonna just do it from a defender perspective because I can just fly everywhere on the map. So, raiders spawn in here. I can't go through this, but basically, over here in the spawn, if you, actually, this is like the one important thing for raiders. So, raiders, I could, but that would be too smart for me to do. Uh, so right here basically is the Raiders spawn. It's a cute little statue of CP2. Basically, this pad is really important for your P1 reinforcement. There's a lever little button that opens this. You want to keep this open at all times. I'll get to that in a second. So Raiders first push, you send like 2 of your worst players pretty much onto payload. It's in here. You want to send like 3 to 5 of your best players up here to this little spot. This is like ramp, people call it, usually. They're just gonna sit right here, they're gonna head glitch and shoot for you as you push. Um, just play right here. As your team pushes, they have to run down here, they come all the way, and they collapse at the same time. The majority of your team, let's say the other 10 people, you're gonna rally them right here on this corner. 3, 2, 1, go. You all will cross over here. You gotta do this little parkour, like so. You come up all the way. You can rally here or you can just W key it. But y'all would basically you just push up, and by numbers you just come take this. This is called red crate. This is the button I was talking about. When it's official, it works, and fuck, it basically opens this jump pad to work. So it won't work until you press that lever. So raiders, they hold here as payload pushes. This is called sewers down here. This is also referred to as sewers. Payload, basically, you push it all the way past their spawn, right to here. Um, so, the payload team. So you want to assign like two on payload. Um, so anyways, back to defenders. So defenders just spawn here. This is like servers or data. You can call it either of those. Usually, like I see like 1 or 2 people stay here. It's kind of useless. You don't want them to. First push, they're gonna set up. The defender's gonna be on this red crate, trying to get as many kills as possible on the cross. After that, basically, the Raiders' goal is to, while they're pushing payload, once you guys are cleared, to come jump up here. You do this like parkour like this, and they want to get to back here, which is called backside. This entire back area, this back is where the Raiders want to be, and also where the defenders want to be, because this is the term, and so holding this area gives you the best angles, the best spots. Defenders, they'll often do is they'll send as they go for payload or whatever. If let's say the Raiders already have backside, they can send some people to sneak back here, go through this door to P2, TP up P2, come backside, and fight. This is defenders, so this is like a defender flank for this. So when your Raiders are here on this backside, they need to be watching this bottom cross down here. For the most part, you're just looking at term if you're in the backside, but you have to be aware of like everything going on back here. Because if you're defending, or if you're raiding, and you're just hyper focused on the sewers push to term, or something up here, or let's say you're playing up, everyone's playing up over here, trying to stat pad on these guys pushing red crate off spawn, you're gonna miss these guys. They're gonna flank behind you, and they're gonna kill you. There's a lot of flanks on this map for defenders, but as long as you're aware of them, you can shoot all of them basically. Uh, like they can't get them unless you are not aware of them. So if you're aware of them, your team will be fine. Basically, your off spawns just hold red crate and play for this button control. But majority of your team, like once they're all backside, you have like a few decent people backside. They don't have to be like crazy good. They can literally just all sit here, look at term, look at them crossing in their window, look at them pushing back. Once you have a few people backside, it's basically just wraps for them. This phase is probably the easiest phase as long as you like play it right. How you want to do this is kind of like you want to manage your off spawns. So everyone should be shooting at the crosses, and then everyone should be shooting for term. Once their whole team is cleared, then reinforce more. It's not like a run up and just keep running up and reinforcing like this. It's like you want to rally everyone. Like let's say they die. Um, you're either in backside looking term, or you're on red crate holding the control. They're off spawns, the defenders. The only real thing they can do is either full team out backside if you have that many people, because like I said, like the raiders, if they're smart, they'll be watching this bottom cross to flank, so they won't be able to do too much. So the defenders can basically just cross return from here. They can, sorry, they can drop out of top this way. They can drop out of top this way. Um, or what they'll do is they'll come servers to push out red crate, close the button to make you guys reinforce a little slower. Then they'll come drop into sewers, come for turn, play for kills after that. Like I said, once you have this backside, like it's basically wraps for them. They can't really do anything. And this parkour is very particular. You can't go like this because you'll miss it. You got to make sure that you're doing it like where you hug the wall for a second there. Then these doors, like on dam, you have to shoot them for a set amount of time. Basically, as you're shooting this, everyone, yeah, what's up? What's up? What do you need? What did I go too fast on? Okay. Yeah. So the main idea is you want to get the main amount of people uh, to here, and then from here they cross around, like with this pathing to the back side, the back here. This is like the best position. This isn't terrible, but it's just like not ideal. It's good to be spread out also, like with a teammate, but like spread out because like to have some people shooting at this cross when they full team push out to these ladders, and it's also good to have like you should have some people probably on this mound. Like the people will split themselves up naturally and spread out across here because it's good to have multiple angles. Like you could have one or two people on this like barrel thing, looking here and sewer and whatever else. You can have one person back here also shooting the same things, and then you could have some people here looking at this push and the turn. But once you have you just need a presence back here. It doesn't really matter where that you could be running around in the open back and forth. As long as you guys have a presence back here and you don't let them come backside and flank bottom like this through this flank through this door, you're golden. Um, did that clear up P1? Or do you have any other questions? Can you hear me? You have any question? Yo, 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 good. Wait, did you die? Oh, okay. Do you have any other questions on P1? Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, so once you cap the term here, and you get it down, it's like a 3-minute cap. You all gotta shoot this door, like P2 on dam. You all gotta shoot the door. As you're doing this, everyone who's on top, who's already backside, like on these back balconies, where I'm standing, and where I'm also standing, um, they should be shooting at the door, and everyone else who's down here should either like or not, and either on this balcony where I'm pinging, or this back balcony where I'm pinging, they should either be running up to sewers to come up top, or they should be running if they're like down here, coming through here, reinforcing. You do not want to. The door is not the priority. The priority is getting your team up here. The reason for this is because these guys, they're defenders. Once you cap the payload, their spawn resets to in here. Um, so this is P2 defender spawn, but once that door, like it's the door phase, that like small little door phase, they spawn here. What they're gonna do, they're gonna full team come here. They're gonna run out this door, this right door or left door if you're defending. They're gonna play for kills on top. So if you don't have your full team up top and you're not calling the focus fire on their whole team running out, they will kill you, and then they will walk it down, and then you are delaying time, wasting time because there's only 45 minutes in the whole game. So you gotta be quick. You gotta get your team up here, and when they're about to push, you've got to call the focus fire, kill these guys, then go back to shooting. What I like to do is, like if I'm playing this, I'll sneak to this side. I'll hide over here when they all push out. Like I'll usually tell someone to come with me. I'll sneak over here, and then I'll just come shoot from this angle as they're all crouching behind this barricade. If they shoot back at me, the rest of the team obliterates them. If they shoot back at the other people, I obliterate them. It's just an extra crossfire. So P2, you want to rally your whole team, first push. Payload team goes payload. First push, you basically come all top right. You run through, you come in their spawn, you run, you do not sit here. A lot of times people raiding will keep people in here that are baiting for kills or stats because this is their spawn, so you can run out. They'll usually get one if they're unaware of you being in here still because they're walking a straight line or whatever. This is troll. Do not have anyone staying here. You all keep running out. You W key, you call the push, you guys come into ship. Ship is important because firstly map control, secondly it opens this bridge right here. So what this does is it lets you reinforce top to top left. So these red crates, this red crate back here, this is the best spot on the map because once term is capped, it's the best spot on the map because you can look down at payload, you can look down at them crossing to payload, you can look at them crossing back here. It's another defender flank I'll get to in a second. You can do some damage as they cross bridge. But you need to hold back here, otherwise you're going to have a lot of trouble with turn. The ideal hold is to have basically everyone, the majority of your team on this red crate, or like spread out from this gray crate area to the red crate, and then you want a few people over on this like bottom left area. So you usually call this like top right, bottom left. If you're defending, or I guess, or top left, bottom right, whatever you want to call it. I don't know the call out for this, I don't think there is one, but you want to hold here, you want to hold up here. So you can kind of play this another way too. Firstly, your first push can also be, you can also send full team top left. You can also drop down, or drop down, come in the TP, heal up, or not do that, just W key all the way through here, through bottom left, come through, come all the way up, fight ship from this side, and hold red crate or whatever. Either way, you have to hold ship. So me personally, I like to play and have my off spawns going left. If I'm raiding, I'd like to have them going left because if this bridge is open, they can play for this map control on this, on the gray crate and the red crate. Another way you could play this, which is also a very good strategy, is you can have your team basically holding ship, then your off spawns keep going top right. Now, when they come out of spawn, you just farm them basically. So if they push out these guys, you swing out, you all shoot at them pushing out your off spawns, and everyone shoots back. Whoever survives this runs through and reinforces ship. Or if they push out ship and they cross on this bridge, your off spawns shoot and you peek out. Either way, you farm them. The only problem is if you have your full team ship and you're playing just for this. If you do this hold, is that if you have no one playing back here, they can easily flank behind you. I'll show you where this flank goes. So spawn is right here. They come around here. They cross. This is P3. They cross. They come all the way back here up to the top. This is how they can flank your red team. So this is why your red crates team needs to be watching down here, because if you let them cross back here, they will always get the jump on you. You can't zoom out past this. This is like a barrier that you can't zoom out past, and you can't zoom out above it either. So you won't be able to see because of this big ass wall if someone's behind you. So it's not like you can just sit here, zoomed out behind you, and see if they're coming up. As one person zooms out, one person looks at term. The only way you can see it is if one person stands here like this and watches and heals the guy or two looking at term or whatever, and then tries to call it out. But either way, they're already here, and it's like low-key too late. Even if you call it out, there's not much you can do unless you just have sheer numbers up here. But even if they get a kill or two, now you have a lot less presence up here, and that's not good. So you want to have presence on this red crate and presence on this ramp thing, whatever you want to call it. So what you could do, a combination of both, is you could do this reinforcement strat where you hold ship, send your off spawns right, y'all swing out for the off spawns, or y'all swing out for ship. Then you send maybe your best 3 or 4, maybe best 3 and then the assault back here. One of them should be a mic. Then these guys can kind of just hold top and look at this. If your whole team is in base though, you really don't need ship. You can literally just split the red crate and the ramp. You really don't need ship if your whole team is here, because once they push out, they can cross the ship, they'll push out of ship, your whole team will demolish them because this ramp will shoot the cross. These people on red crate have numbers and can shoot at them running in the open. You get a lot of kills. Then you come back. You do the ship thing again until you get enough people, or you hold bridge so that way your all spawns can reinforce left. Um, yeah, how there will play for turn. It takes a pathing. I'm gonna fly the pathing real quick. So, or walk it. It comes like here. Then it comes here. Then it comes here. Comes here, here, all the way back to here. So right here is their spawn. So they will send people, defenders, if they know what they're doing. They will drop people for term to kill the term team, or they can drop people from bridge on the term team, either side as it's crossing under bridge. Or they could just drop off over here too. Um, if you don't have ship, uh, honestly, like you should never really send people top left especially if there's no bridge. So if you don't have this bridge open, no one should be playing in this top teleporter room, as it's pretty useless. It's a good crossfire, but these guys can't sit here. So like, let's say someone happens to be left because they got split up for the push or something, or the leader sent them there to crossfire. Like maybe you could say like while you're doing this full team push right, okay, two people go left to shoot for us. Everyone run it down right, left peek, 3, 2, 1, right, right goes, left peeks and shoots for them, or whatever. Then these guys, they can't sit up here because they're just not doing anything. They can, if the bridge isn't open, just drop down, go play for this backside flank or do something, but just having them sit in TP is so useless. Basically, that the idea though, either way, is you need to get a decent amount of people, at least not to say 6, 7, but like 6 or 7 people to split between the ramp and the red crate, and then it's another door phase. So then, as you're doing this, there's a few ways you can play this. Me personally, I like to get my whole team top left and then shoot down at this. They're not going to come peek at you, like try and push you out early. They're just going to be setting up, the defenders will be setting up P3. How defenders win this P2 phase basically is just flanks and preventing you from getting this back crate, pack red crate right here. If you don't have this back red crate, it is really hard to hold term, because if you don't have the back red up here, it's gonna be hard to fight this guy. It's like these guys like are in a shitty spot because even though this wall protects them, it's like they can keep reinforcing and pushing these people out. Even if it's one person that keeps going and there's 4 people, eventually, like they will win this fight or get one, and then eventually they will get the other. You know what I'm saying? And then at that point, it's literally just this. And yes, you can shoot at this from like up here, but it's not a very good angle, and you're probably not going to notice it until it's too late, unless you have someone literally, because they're going to be focused on these crosses up here. These people on the back right, they're focused on this bridge cross, or if they're pushing them out, they're never really going to be sitting. Like maybe you get one person up here to play up just to look at this and maybe gets an angle, but this is not a good spot really to be looking at the turn cross. You need people in this back red crate to be watching turn basically once it's capped. You can kind of fuck around with this. You don't have to hold it like one specific way. You can get creative. It's mostly just about using your team that's going to always basically be split into multiple groups, usually 2, could be more, to pinch out their team. So you just want to use your groups to your advantage and your numbers to your advantage and like, pinch from sides, you know, that type of thing. Anyways, the setup for P3, I like to, like as I just said, I like to take my full team top and we shoot at the door. Then, as it's opening, we run out to helipad. So this is helipad. Wait, did I explain the defender's part of this thoroughly? It's kind of not much to do, really. You kind of just sit here and damage farm and stat pad as a defender, because you just play for kills, and then don't let them get top right, or the red crate. That is literally it for defending P2. I think that should suffice, honestly. So P3, like I said, I like to do full team cross like this. You can also go bottom and then come up, but you should take helipad before you do anything. They're gonna have some people playing up here. I don't know the defender call out for this. I think it's biology. Yeah, this is bio. These are a bunch of like, let me go find the spawn. Is it down here? Yeah, okay. So this is like a really confusing ass spawn for P3 for defenders. There's like a bunch of teleports and fucking places to go. As you can see. So this goes to generator. This is generator. Um, this goes to observation deck, which is going to take you to the up here to tower. Sorry, there's like a million different things for defenders on this. This is going to take you to Vein Harvest, which is like the middle building over here. This area. This middle building, like underneath the tower. I missed one. And then this takes you to biology. So biology is good because it has a lot of different flanks. Basically, all of biology is just to take helipad. Um, how this is, it's got to be pushed in like baby steps. So first, you got to take helipad. Then you keep a few beamers up here on helipad. Then your whole team has to come to the right side off spawn. They come up here like this. They come up to this, hold this room. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, what's up? Up to you. Depends on your team. You could leave like 2, 3 good people. They're basically just crossfiring these guys walking out to push this right area. What is it? Stellar Bay. So they're these people to crossfire for Stellar Bay. You don't have to use the call. You can just call this like right or whatever. The crossfire because they're gonna go to this observation deck teleport. They're gonna come here. They're gonna come down here, or not rather they're gonna climb up the ladders wherever they are. Yeah, ladders. Gonna come out this top area, and they're gonna try and come up here and farm you as you walk. So you gotta take this area first. It's like about taking ground on this phase, because the payload is pushed from here all the way to Gen in the back. So first you gotta take control of this room. Once you take control of this room, your payload will probably be right here. So you won't have to worry about this area retaking it as much because they need to focus on fighting payload, not fighting for this. The goal of this initially is you want to get your team, you rally them up here, you drop them off to the right if you're raiding. You come in, come through, come here, come up, you group up, then you get tower. So people on tower, it's very important that they play their life. This is your lifeline. They are crossfiring Gen, they are crossfiring here, they have crossfire here, they crossfire here. They crossfire for helipad. This is the most important area on the map is tower. If you can get people tower, you will win the phase basically. It's the most important crossfire. It's the power pole. It's the like Gen and then tower are the two most important things to. So you go, if you're raiding, you would go through this top right. So you come up here, you come right, heal into here, Stellar Bay, come up the ladders, you rally up, wait for your team to push, you come through, drop down. There will usually be someone playing here. You come through this door. They have a teleporter that can spawn you, that spawns them, like right here. So you gotta be careful and come through here quick. You run through this building, come back into this. So instead of going towards Gen, you turn left. So Gen is right. This command Overwatch, whatever you want to, pad the tower, as what I call it. Um, Go tower. You can just say go tower, and your team will know that like you mean to go here. And you can just go here, you pad up. If you don't have the numbers to cross tower, or you already have people tower, and they have like a really good gen presence, you can just keep people in here to farm the people that are coming to push out tower, because their defenders off spawn want to retake this tower, which is this middle area. So they'll come out of spawn, they'll come here, they'll pad, and they'll call a focus fire on it, and they'll walk down tower at the same time that gen shoots, or someone stays back here and shoots, and basically all these people will shoot a tower at once. They'll probably win it, because you won't have too many people here usually, unless the defenders are horrendous and don't know how to defend the base. And they will retake it. So tower is really important to hold. Once you have tower, you don't need helipad. If they're still sending people helipad, that means that you have tower probably too early, and payload is somewhere back here. Once payload is about give or take right here, you should not be going helipad anymore. The defenders won't be because it's just trolling and stat padding. If they do, that's just free kill for you and someone out of the actual push for defenders. As I was saying, yeah. So once you want to hold helipad and tower initially, because it's good crossfire for each other. So these guys tower can just shoot for them helipad or shoot for them getting pushed. Then they can also both helipad and tower can both shoot for the right. Once helipad gets like the payload gets, as I said, gets to like right here, your helipad needs to get off helipad. What you guys are doing is you guys are gonna come through here to this place, or you can just run it down over here. And the goal now is to get to hold gen. So there's two ways to get to gen. Either you can go around the right, like this. You tell your team everyone heals. You come around this crystal, come right through their spawn basically. Come around the right side. You fight it. You hold it. Then you just play here on the front side and you farm them coming out of spawn or coming over here. And your payload team reinforces for free. It, like gets it for free. They might send one out of this room down here, their spawn, to like flank it, but like they often won't because they're going to be more focused on payload. Sometimes like more better players will make solo plays where like let's say the whole team is pushing gen, one or two people will make this solo play. They'll come down here and come like angle you or like come flank early. Again, it's one of those things where it's like they're gonna have a lot of flanks. You gotta watch out for it. Gotta know about like all the flanks that the defenders can do to be able to raid it properly. Or if you're having trouble doing this push, I think this push through the like by the crystal works better. But you can also rally your whole team on the left, and then you guys can drop down, come here, and push Gen from the left side using this terrain to like parkour up. Whoops, I missed it. Did they change this? You should be able to parkour up here. Oh, maybe you can't. Well, you could definitely like stack on someone's head. Okay, whoops. Let me unfly myself real quick and make sure. So I don't want to be a source of misinformation. Damn it. I need to work on my obby skills. Okay, so you can make the jump. You just gotta be good at parkour. And like yeah. But basically same idea. You kill them all on Gen, then you hold Gen on on the front side. Your payload team comes down for free. You can also split this. You can basically say, okay, uh, right team push, left team push, and both sides can go to Gen at the same time. They can't kill both teams. But oftentimes having the numbers advantage of let's say you have 5 people tower and you 10 people rather than like 6 people, 6 people, and then like 3 over here. Again, it's about like managing groups of your players well. You can play it however you want. There's not like one set way that I've seen work better than another. As long as you get like it's like one of those things where like in math like you can do different like equations as long as you have the same end result, which is the gen. It's also about timing. You don't want to go for gen too early because like let's say the payload's back here and you're going for gen. They're not gonna care about gen. They're all gonna come here to this like biology for the helipad. They're gonna get on gen. They're gonna put the payload. They're gonna push it back. They're gonna play on helipad for the payload team. Now your gen team is useless because the payload's back here. Um, did I miss anything? They're always gonna be like ratting around too. Like most of their team will be on gen, but then there will be a few people like playing in this area, like peeking for this. Maybe one ratting around like back here, like where your team isn't gonna be looking because they want to get these free stats or whatever. Um, but like I said, if you have your team split on gen and tower, you've won the game. Um, once you have your team on gen, if the payload's like past here, you can low-key just don't even need tower. You can all get on payload, and as they run out of this door, you can literally just all shoot back at them. I wouldn't do that necessarily. Like, it's really good to have this unless the payload is like really close, and you're just like, we might lose gen, so you can just give tower because you'll win the game anyway. But like I said, basically, tower, gen, helipad first, then helipad and tower, then tower and gen are the way you want to play it. You don't need tower if you have gen, but if you lose gen and you don't have tower, you're cooked. You could also just get lucky and shit and like be alive on gen for a while, and you don't need tower. And if that works for you, that's great. But 9 times out of 10, from when I've rated Surge, whether I've led or played, I've noticed that you need both of these. You need like at least 2 of these 3, depending depending on where the situation the payload is on the map. Um, but you definitely need to do it like baby steps. Like there's like things you have to push, like things like steps to do. So like first, push out helipad, then push out the right, then push out the tower, then push out the gen. That's like the steps. No matter how you do it, you have to do all four of those to win the phase, pretty much. You don't. You have to. You usually have to do it in that order. Like technically, you could skip going for tower. Um, but if they have tower, you're gonna struggle a lot. Because like, let's say they have tower and you're playing gen, their all spawns can push gen while their tower shoots at you. Basically, just have more crossfires than the other team does, and you're good. Just think about it. If you got tower, gen, and a bunch of people on payload, you're all shooting. It's three different groups of people all shooting at the same one group of people because without they can't split the defenders can't split their groups up, they split their team up on the space that much. It's a lot about like it's like AF3 kind of where like they're gonna be pushing in like one group to try and push out and play for kills on your team. So long as your team has multiple crossfires, their team can't really do anything without like their literal full 10, and even then, probably still can't do anything. Do you guys have any questions on P3? All right.